Since making my video about building anything on a freighter base, I've learned a lot of new troubleshooting tips and good methods to use. I've been waiting a little while to get a good collection of them, and I've put them all together in this video. A lot of people have been having trouble moving the base computer inside the freighter after placing it, so it's a lot easier if you just place it over here in this round captain's quarters, so then whenever you have to go claim it, you don't have to move it at all. You can just make a door to get outside your freighter and then walk over to it and claim it. If you're trying to place the base computer on the frigate for the freighter building glitch and it doesn't let you, toggle wiring, put on free placement, and do the wire glitch. Then it should be able to place in midair. Doing the double camera click glitch all the way up to your freighter is annoying. Everybody hates it. It is just the worst part of this glitch. You definitely don't want to have to do that every single time you want to build on your freighter in any location. So, something you can do to make it easier on yourself later on is to save an unclaimed base computer like I have here, and then you can claim it in space whenever you need it on the go. To do this, first you need a base computer on your freighter, so you'll have to do the camera glitch at least once just to get it there in the first place. I'm not sure why, but this glitch seems to only work consistently if you're up high in the air. Otherwise, it has only a small chance of working, but it works every time if I'm on the roof to the second highest floor you can build. To do this glitch, first make sure you're editing the freighter base by picking up a freighter part like a corridor. Then build 2 byte-beat devices and connect them with a byte-beat cable. Now go into build edit mode, pick up the existing base computer, and move it anywhere. Then pick it up again, toggle wiring, and press the back button. Now pick up the byte-beat cable, look at the plug on one of the byte-beat devices, and then do the wire glitch by pressing the toggle wiring and place button at the same time. Now you should have a blank base computer that's unclaimed and has no name. If you still haven't done the camera glitch all the way up to your freighter, a way to make it a bit easier on yourself is to start higher up in the air in a skybase. The quickest way to do that is to first make any exocraft geobay. Then stand on it and put a base computer down. Claim the base computer, and while you're in the animation that shoots you up in the air, select a landing pad in the building menu. Wait for the animation to bring you down to about cloud level, and then toggle on build camera. Then turn on free placement and place the landing pad. Then you can get out of free camera, get in your ship, and fly up to land on it. It can be kinda hard to find later on, so you might want to place a couple just so it stands out in the air. Now you can build a base computer on the landing pad and claim it. Now you have a fully functioning skybase. You can do the camera glitch starting here to make a much shorter trip than you usually have to do. If you do decide to start the glitch on the ground, make sure that you're doing it while standing on something you built, like a floor. If you don't, then as you can see here, you'll eventually get so far away from the ground that the collision Z renders and you'll fall through the ground, and then it will reset the whole glitch. Another thing that can help the process go by a bit faster is if, when you summon your freighter, you actually do it from space in your ship, and you turn it upside down. If it's upside down, then the frigates will spawn above it, causing them to be a lot closer to the planet, making the trip a lot shorter. This is my last tip on making the trip to your freighter easier. So this one is actually for if you've already done the glitch and your friend wants to do it as well. If you have a base computer on your frigate, then they can summon their freighter nearby, And if you just give them edit permissions at your base, then they can just go to your frigate and then build a base computer and work their way up from there as a shortcut. When you're building illegal parts in the freighter, it can be really annoying to, after you do the whole conversion process, have to go all the way back up your tower just to switch back to the different base editing mode, and then come all the way back down just to place your second part. I was actually originally going to put a completely different tip here about making the process of switching to another base faster, but in the middle of recording I actually found a way easier method. I feel really stupid now that I didn't notice this before, because it's so simple. So all you have to do is just, when you're in the middle of placing an object and it's in your hand, just press the cycle axis button and it'll just magically switch which base you're editing. Not only does this make it easier to switch which base menu you can access, but it also makes conversion way easier, since you can just press the toggle axis button just as you press the place button, kinda like the wire glitch, just to convert immediately. It's a bit harder than the wire glitch, so it might take a few tries, but as you can see at the end, when I try and duplicate the part, it doesn't let me, which means it's saved to the freighter base. I also was going to show a completely different method for saving a part to the freighter base and still using snap points like aligning on a floor or wall, but this glitch also actually makes that way easier. All you have to do is put the part right on the snap point that you're going to want to place it on, and do the glitch again where you press cycle axis and place buttons simultaneously. Here it does take me a few tries to get right, but once again at the end you can see it doesn't let me duplicate it, which means it's saved to the freighter base. Since the newer method is a bit harder, if you really can't get it to work, then here's the old method of how you do it. First, place down the object that you're wanting to snap, like the floor or wall or whatever it is. Then switch to editing the freighter base and place a light cube down. Now save the light cube to cache like you would in the conversion method, pick up the floor panel or whatever it is you're snapping, and do the wire glitch. Now the light cube will be placed where you're trying to place the snap object. Now switch back to editing the base computer's base, so then you can place down another one of the items that you're trying to snap. Now go back to editing the freighter base and place down another light box snapped onto the edge of the one you placed. Now delete the original one that was placed when you did the wire glitch. Now place one more light box down and save the floor or whatever object you're snapping to cache, like you're converting it, and then pick up the light cube you just placed and put it right on the snap point where the old one used to be, and then do the wire glitch. Now the object you're trying to snap will be placed right where the original one was. If you have a base computer that's claimed and it's out in space, like on your frigate or freighter, then after warping, reloading an autosave, or restarting the game, it's gonna disappear. The base is still there and you can still build on it, but the base computer itself will be gone, so you can't rename it or delete it. If you do need to do that, then you can get the base computer back. First, you have to place a base computer. Of course, it won't let you do that at first because it's inside an existing base, so you have to do that method from before where you toggle wiring, turn on free placement, and do the wire glitch. Once you've done that, go into build edit mode, pick it up with the move button, and then toggle wiring and press back. Now the base computer will be placed back down, but it'll be tied to the original base instead of the new one that it was trying to create. There's also a problem that came up with items that you have to bring from your frigate, like a geobay, where you could only actually save them once, and you couldn't move them later on. Because normally if you want to move something, you just do the whole conversion process again. But for some reason with the frigate items, if you do the conversion process again, it turns into a freighter corridor. Fortunately, the new cycle axis method actually gets around that, and you can move it around and resave it as many times as you want. As you can see here, first I initially save it to the freighter base, and then I'm able to do it again to move it somewhere else. If for whatever reason you need power in your freighter because you have something outside floating in the air so it doesn't get automatically charged by the freighter, then you can set up a solar panel and battery just like normal. Since wires have to be placed twice, using the normal conversion method of illegal parts doesn't work for them, so here's how to do it. First, select any of these little pill light things. Then toggle wiring and look right at the snap point of the plug where you want to place it. Then toggle wiring back to the light and then do the wire glitch. Now one end of the wire will be placed. Then repeat the same process for the other plug that you want to connect the wire to, and that's that. As you can see, I have 4 solar panels here, each charging the battery at 50 power per second. And if you look in the battery, it does confirm that it is receiving 200 power per second. So all of the solar panels are connected and the wires are working fine. With short-range teleporters though, it's a bit different since the hitbox covers the plug where the wire needs to go, so you can't do the same glitch for that. You could use the cycle axis glitch to put the wire right on the snap point, which would be faster, but like I've said before, it's pretty hard. So if you can't get that to work, here's an alternate solution. First, edit the base computer's base and select the light box, and toggle wiring, look right at the plug where you want to put the wire in on the short-range teleporter, and do the wire glitch. Then place a second light box snapped onto the edge of the first one, and then delete the original. Now switch to editing the freighter base, and then make another light cube that's put right on the snap point where the original one was, and then do the wire glitch so the end of the wire will be placed there instead. Now toggle wiring back to the light cube, and then you can cycle part over to the pill light again, so then you can put it right onto the battery. If you're using a controller as input, then these glitches can be kinda hard to do, especially the double camera clicks to go up to your freighter. It can get really frustrating because you get reset so often. I find it extremely helpful in those situations to go into your console settings and remap your button inputs to something easier to press. I don't know about PlayStation, I'm pretty sure you can do it in settings, but on Xbox, there's an app called Xbox Accessories that you can use to change the button mapping. For the build camera glitch, I usually swap the build camera button with the jetpack button, since the jetpack button doesn't do anything in build mode. There is one last thing I wanted to mention really quickly, which is that some people are having a problem where when they try and place the base computer or anything else way up high in the air whenever they're first doing it, then it'll say that the base is out of range and they can't place it. Now, to be fair, it is very much out of range, but normally base computers don't have to be within the range of a base to be placed. The only way I know to get around this problem is the base extension glitch. If you don't know it, I recommend watching Beeblebum's video on it. It explains it really well. Basically how it works is, if you go just to the limit of where you can build in your base, and then just place something a bit forward since you build in front of you, it will create a small area around itself where the base is expanded. That means if you just every time you run into a point where you're out of bounds of your base, just place a wall or something there so you can expand your base a bit further. Just do that while you're camera glitching up to your frigate so you can place the base computer there, and then again once you go all the way down to your freighter. This glitch will bring the base all the way to you, so you normally will be unable to place the base computer, so you'll have to use the wire glitch method from before to be able to place it and then claim it. That's all for this video. I hope it helped you out if you ran into any problems. If you run into any that weren't explained in the video, make sure to comment or join my Discord. Thanks for watching.